This is the second LISP lab. This network has OSPF already configured. Each router has a loopback advertised. CSR2 is a map server and map resolver. CSR1 and CSR3 are both XTRs, and loopbacks must be used for the configs. First, we're going to capture packets to see what is going on. Let's start capture here. Let's start capture here. Okay, configure CSR4 as a PxTR. So let's go to router 4, and we'll have to configure as proxy for this network. Okay, so router LISP. We're going to have to do a map cache in order to force the proxy to ask for these networks. Then we're going to set up the map resolver, which will be router 2, and proxy-etr and proxy-itr. We're going to use our loopback, and that's it. That is all we need to set up a LISP PxTR. This is the config. Now let's see the table that we have here. We only have a table to communicate with the other LISP site. Now let's see what happens if I ping 8.8.8. The proxy should be providing services, and then what I will see, we'll see a negative cache entry. Notice the mask that is being used. So for instance, if I ping another IP address, for instance this one, this is not going to get a reply because I don't have it configured in this lab. I only have 8.8.8, but notice what entry is created for this negative cache /2. What about 180.1.1.1? So this will be entries for the negative cache for each block of internet IP addresses. Okay, we already pinged from PC and PC2. Let's review captures. Let's see the captures. For instance, from router 1 to router 2. Let's see what happened here. For instance, notice that whenever I try to ping the internet, router 1 asks router 2 using UDP 4342, and router 2 is responding to router 1 using a map reply. These are the values. Map inversion. Let's see the other request. For instance, for 000, there is always a map reply that goes from the map resolver to this should be a negative map reply. And let's see what happens between routers 2 and router 4. Let's see. CSR2 to CSR3. I mean, from router 1 to router 4. So these are the pings. Notice that the pings that go upstream are not tunneled for some reason. But the pings that go on the other way around are tunneled. So the data that arrives the proxy becomes tunneled using the destination port 4341, but the data that comes from the Lisp domain into the non-Lisp site for some reason is not being tunneled. So besides that, I can see here a map request for the network 172.16.1 coming into router 2, and a map reply coming from router 1 to router 4 for that network. That is normal operation. That's it.